yeah. Thanks, Andrea. So hey everybody, yeah, this is Jacob, yours truly from the Emerald City DAO. It's really great to be here. I always forget how much I love these office hours. There's a really positive vibe going on. So I really appreciate all of you taking the time to listen to me. So yeah, what is Emerald City, I guess? Well, I guess I'll say initially that I was going to make a slide deck and presentation, but I didn't want to bore all of you. So I'm just going to be sort of talking through some of the things we're doing. And I'll share my screen and just show you maybe some of the cool things that's going on in the Emerald City Discord. So first of all, I guess what is Emerald City? I'll go ahead and share my screen here, if that's all right. And I'm just going to showcase some parts of the Emerald City Discord. So we initially started back in, I think it was November. BZ's actually in this Flow office hours. Hey, BZ. And we were actually in an office hours ourselves, and we were sort of talking through some of the things that were going on in the Flow ecosystem, as one usually does. And we were thinking, what about DAOs on Flow? Is there sort of like a process for getting a DAO founded on Flow? And one of the things we realized was that there were a lot of people in the Flow ecosystem that had really, really great ideas about DAOs on Flow, but there was no real mechanism to sort of get those going. And so over time, we initially founded this Discord, and it sort of became like a nice side discussion about the Flow ecosystem and stuff like that. And we had some members joining here and there, but it quickly became this thing where we realized that we wanted to help these DAOs and projects as well, sort of get the tooling they needed to get running in the Flow ecosystem. And so over the past 2 months, we've had incredible discussions and very lengthy discussions about how to support DAOs and projects on Flow. And so I'm going to show you sort of how we're doing that right now. So you'll see on the left-hand side here, I'll minimize this. There's 3, we're calling them guilds on Flow. There's an education guild, a building guild, and a governance guild. Now, what our main goal is in Emerald City, it's really twofold. It's one, to educate the Flow community and help people get on board into the space. Because, we really value that and want people to enjoy the Flow ecosystem as much as, some, developers do on Ethereum and other blockchains as well. And of course, we all do here as well. I'm sure we all share that goal. And the second goal is to build the tooling for all future DAOs on Flow. And we're sort of roping in projects as well because we found that they sort of need that tooling as well. So you might be asking, well, how does it make sense to tie both of the things together into one sort of project, right? Education and building is very different, and they're very unique in their skill sets. But we view it as really beneficial because as people sort of get educated in the Flow ecosystem and as we onboard people into the space, what we can do is sort of provide people the educational resources they need through YouTube videos and content like that. And we can sort of guide them along to eventually, quote unquote, like graduating into the building process. And so this is a way of really onboarding people and not only giving them resources to learn, but, they can sort of apply those learning resources to real world tasks that are being assigned by the DAO itself. And so, for example, if you're a total Cadence noob like I was at some point, you want to learn some Cadence stuff, we provide you the resources to do that. And then after you sort of get an understanding for it, allow you to sort of delve into your own projects that directly benefit the Emerald City DAO itself. So that's sort of what's going on in the Education Guild, providing the resources necessary to start learning. And then there's the Building Guild, right? So this is sort of the group of people that are acting to build the tooling for DAOs on Flow. So if any of you have heard of Emerald City so far, you've probably heard of the Emerald Bot, which is really our main piece of tooling right now that's been helping out some DAOs on Flow. And so one example of this, actually what I'll do is I'll go to the left-hand side here, and I have a list of folders of all the projects right now that are supporting the Emerald Bot. So let's go into .find, for example, because Bjartek is in this Discord, and I love Bjartek. And so if we were to go to verify find name, you'll see that Bjartek has actually set up the Emerald Bot in his Discord to verify the .find rule. And so you can see here that because I actually have a .find name, woohoo, I would recommend supporting .find. It's an awesome project. Because I have a .find name, when I clicked on verify, it automatically gave me the role. And so this is really cool. You can imagine it as sort of like a collab.land equivalent on Flow, but even cooler. Woohoo. I like to think of ourselves as cooler than collab.land. But anyway, so yeah, and one of the recent things that we've actually implemented is initially, we were sort of allowing this bot to be in any Discord, and, we would set up the verification for all the projects. So, .find, we're in Matrix World, the Flones project, Party Goobs, the Genie Ace community, Flowvitar as well. I see Luca's actually in here from Flowvitar. Hey there. And, what we were doing is basically allowing them to verify. But a new thing that we've done is Emerald ID, which basically says if you've ever verified with the bot before, you can pretty much automatically verify yourselves with any different projects on Flow. And so you can see that when I actually verify myself here, it automatically knows who I am because the bot, knows I'm Jacob. It knows that I'm the coolest person in the world. And so it's automatically verifying myself here. So that's one of the recent improvements that we've done. We're doing a lot of new things to make sure this is, sort of robust and that the Discord bot can handle a lot of the load that's coming in. But that's just one example of the building guild so far. And we plan on, sort of expanding this to a multitude of projects on Flow to support anybody. And we actually have, you can see on the right-hand side here, Bam and Kelcoin. They're really, I can't express enough how amazing they are. Kelcoin, I know you're actually here. And what they're doing is they're reaching out to other DAOs on Flow and projects and seeing what, tools they need. And if they need something besides a Discord bot, whether it's a voting tool or something like that, we're here to provide that and help in whatever way we can. So our goal really is to support the people on Flow. And then the last sort of thing here, so I don't bore you guys, but just a few more minutes of me talking, is the Governance Guild. And what the Governance Guild really is it's a group of people that are constantly working to sort of get a example of governance on Flow. So right now, if you think of things like Ethereum, what we can actually do is I'll pull up this website, snapshot.org. There's this voting tool on Snapshot that allows these really popular DAOs to, vote. And so if you've heard of like ENS, that's like the ENS protocol, they basically allow people to vote and stuff like that. And they do that by token holding. But we want to design this for Emerald City and for DAOs on Flow, because DAOs on Flow are 10 times cooler than DAOs on Ethereum, right? And so this is really, us trying to figure out what's fair and how can we really use ourselves as a use case for DAOs on Flow, because we want to be the one breaking those barriers. We want to be the ones testing these things so that when other DAOs on Flow sort of come into play, they can use these things in their own projects and know that it works, right? And so we have people constantly talking about what we can do to actually get that going. Many thanks to a lot of the people that are actually in this office hour. Support Monkey, Andrea himself has been so incredibly helpful. Kelcoin, a bunch of people. But we're all really working to sort of come up with a system that makes sense. And so right now, one example of this that we have is sort of a reputation system. Now, this is a very, very minimalistic thing right now. It's not actually live or anything, but this is one example that's on testnet right now of what reputation is. And essentially, if you think about it, we're trying to create a system where people in certain DAOs on Flow get these skill points or reputation in certain categories based on their expertise. So if you're in the Emerald City DAO and you're educating a lot of people, you get educator skill points. If you're building out the Emerald City bot or building out products, you get technical skill points. And then when a vote comes around, your voting power depends on your skill points, right? So if you've really contributed to education, then you should have higher say when it comes to voting in terms of education. So that's the system we're developing right now. We're, really excited about this, and a lot of the discussions we have are actually leading towards getting an example out there for people to start using. And I'm really excited about that, and that's one thing to look forward to. We've already had 2 town hall meetings, or 3 town hall meetings, which is what we're calling sort of like our meetups every other week, and we're probably going to be having one next Saturday. So if you're interested in getting involved in Emerald City, you can do that through discord.gg/Emerald City. You'll join this Discord. And then feel free to just, find your home in whatever way you want. If you want to help with education, building governance, we're totally open. And we have some initial funding to sort of help people get going. So if you're looking to contribute to maybe the building and building out the Emerald bot, we have funds to support you, and we want people to take ownership of things in Emerald City. So like I said before, they can really take their learnings, whether they're, coming in with no blockchain knowledge. We want to help support you in your blockchain journey and then get you building real world stuff. But if you're already an experienced Cadence or back-end or front-end developer, whatever you may be, we want to provide sort of like the funds to help you get building some real-world stuff in Emerald City to help support the DAO as well. So I hope that was interesting to all of you. And again, I want to thank Andrea for letting me come in here and sort of introduce this to all of you. So I'm thanking you very much.
Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, definitely check out the Emerald City Discord. Not only is it a great project, but it's a really great community. Really good positive vibes. And as you could probably tell from Jacob, filled with a lot of smart people, including himself. So definitely check it out.